Okay, welcome back. This is Jabber 1008. We're going to continue our Prison Architect How-To series. I did let it run after the last episode for a little bit, just to kind of finish some of the research, so we can cover everything I want to cover in this episode. For this episode, we're going to cover patrols, dogs, security, maybe our armory if that finishes researching as well. And we're going to also do visitation rights and staff well-being. I've already taken those grants needed for these. For visitation rights, we need to build a visitation room, have at least 3 visitor tables, build a common room, add a pool table, have at least 2 TVs. Also need to build a staff room for the staff well-being initiative. These other 2 are currently finished, but they can undo because it's have at least 5 guards without assigned duties. That can change. And then we also need to ensure none of our staff are exhausted. But it says there's 4 exhausted up here. So when we build the staff room, that will probably change. Now we also need to do our security procedure certification, which is hire security chief, which we did to research some of this stuff. We need to hire 10 guards, which we have done. Unlock patrols through bureaucracy has been done, and we need to assign 3 guards to patrol routes. So the first thing we're going to kind of cover is the visitation rooms. And the visitation room is required to be 4x4 if I'm not mistaken, but we're going to actually build it 5 wide. Oh, there's actually no requirement. We're going to actually build it 5 wide. Now the reason for that is the visitor's table is 3 wide, and I like to have space on each side in case the prisoner gets out of hand while in here. You don't want a ton of innocent people dying in your prison. Now, I don't know if it really affects it, just overall deaths. But still, it's probably better to not have civilians die. So, we'll add our 3 visitor tables. Simple as that, that's all you need. Later on, you could add security cameras and stuff. We'll also have a dog patrolling in here. This is another area where stuff can be... This is actually an area where stuff can be brought in. So I'll have to add a couple things when we cover contraband. So that's our visitation room. One of the other things we need is to build a common room. So that will actually get built over here. And I'm going to split this half in half. This will actually be our library later, but for now, this bottom half will be our common room. And in our common room, as you can see, to fulfill this grant, we need a pool table, and we're actually going to build 2. And actually, I want to move that down a little bit. This is another area where I'll add phones. You just want to add a lot of those, get that family requirement fulfilled. Visitation actually also fulfills the family requirement for your prisoners. Then we're going to add some chairs. Now, these are going to be for our AA meetings in our common room, led by a psychologist. So I'll add that circle of chairs. And then we're going to add a couple wide sofas. And the last requirement we need is to add 2 TVs. Now your prisoners don't need the sofas for the TVs, they'll just actually stand on top of them to use them, but I like adding it just for an aesthetic reason. One other thing we're actually going to build, a while, is our laundry. So our laundry, where is it? Right here. For your laundry, you just need some washing machines. So we're actually build 8, 4 on each side across here. We're actually going to do some ironing tables each side. And then the last thing you need actually are laundry baskets. We can put a bunch of those in. And you actually need to run utilities down for that. Now washing machines need both electricity and water. So run that, use our small pipes, finish that off. Alright, so we have our visitation rights done. We actually want to run utilities into our common room and our visitation room. And then next thing we'll do is staff well-being. So what we're actually going to do And to make this a little bit faster for them to walk down, we're gonna add some paving stones. We're actually gonna add. We're gonna actually place a hallway here. And we're gonna build a staff room. We're actually gonna pause this so they don't build too fast. We're actually gonna have a hallway coming down the back side here. And then our staff room is going to be, I think it needs to be 4x4. 4x4. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna have our hallway here, and it needs to be 4x4. Now later on we're going to build entrances, so we're going to switch these doors around so our workers just come in, our administrative workers just exit their offices this way and go right in the staff room. But we're going to build a staff room. It needs to be 4x4, so we're going to add it there, and actually it's too big. Just needs to be 5 deep. And we'll add that. And we're actually going to add a staff door here. Where all the workers go around. This is going to be a hallway that connects over. This is going to be our security area in here, which we'll cover next as soon as this is finished. Oh, we'll open that up. I don't know why they all need to go out there, but okay. That's finishing weird. We actually need to make sure this wall is here. And we're going to put a staff door here. I wish I would stop doing it. It keeps fulfilling objectives and then taking them away and all that fun stuff. So, put our staff room in here. And the two things you need for your staff room are a wide sofa and drink machines. So we'll place a few of those real quick. And we'll do drink machine. Pops up. Oh, I did parole there by accident. Whoops. I was like, why is there one a visitor's table? That was weird. Alright. So, we got a wide sofa, and we're going to do drink machines. You can add, we'll just add one for now. You can add more later. It's gonna be tight. We'll just place one there. They don't really use the sofas anyways. So we'll finish out our staff room, and that's now done. Next thing we need to do, we're gonna cover patrols, but I also want to cover my security area next. So we're gonna do is build. This is gonna be a hallway down. We're gonna pause this while we finish this. Oh. Do that. Now this is going to be our security area. Let this all get built out. I'm going to put a solitary door. Now you want to make sure this area is pretty secure. Our armory is actually going to be down here too. So you definitely want to make sure this is secure and somewhere where prisoners aren't going to have an easy time getting to, just because you're going to have guns and stuff. So we'll get that built. There'll also be, we're going to put our kennel down here, we're going to put our security office down here, and we're going to put our armory down here. Now we'll build more of these later, or you can build more of these later, but for now one will suffice. I'm going to build these kind of large, kind of overkill, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm going to let that finish. Wait, is somebody stuck somewhere? It's always a concern. Oh, here he is. Oh, there we go. So this is 17 on the inside, which is what I wanted. So we're going to do 8. Let me think about this. I want there to be a hallway in the center of 2 wide. So 9. Do all this. That should be right. Close enough to make it even 7. We'll actually make this a one wide hallway. Like so. And we're actually going to split this in half. Or as close to half as we can. We'll go like that. Security, it's okay if security's smaller. Like I said, I normally build more than one. We'll put jail doors in for each of these rooms. And we want these to stay unlocked for now. You could lock them later. This is mostly going to be, other than janitors coming back, this is going to be all security workers back here once these are finished. And we'll add our utilities. Now you just need the lights, of course, but this security area is going to have appliances. We're going to need cable direct hookups. And then let's mark all these rooms. Our armory research is done, so we'll place our armory in here. We'll make this our kennel. And we'll make this security. Now, again, this is overkill. This is more than what we're going to need. This will cover it for now. So for a kennel, we're just going to need dog crates. We're just going to go crazy with this. Again, this is unlimited funds. I would not be building this crazily, except for that fact. Now, a security office is where we're going to interrogate informants. It's also where you put your door controls and your CCTV monitors. Now, we're not going to do CCTV right away. I don't use it a whole ton. But we are going to use door controls. We'll also need our armory. Now for your armory you need a table, you need a weapon rack, and the one thing that does really matter is your guard lockers. For each locker you have, you can hire one armed guard, so we're going to place a few of these. Now, with those door controls, what we can now do is add servos to all our doors out here. What that's going to allow us to do is open these remotely from the door control posts. You can actually leave this, and this will allow the guards to worry about other things and not opening doors for, as you can see, staff all the time in trucks. And sometimes this doesn't work where it automatically connects up to electrical lines, so we're going to add electrical lines directly to each servo. Just to make sure they get electricity. And hook those up, you just click on your door control system, hit connect. And if you hold down the shift key, you can connect to multiple servos. So we're going to connect to all these out here. And you could do this one at a time, but if you hold the shift key down, it's much easier. I like to do it that way. You know, it's tough if you have too many servos hooked up to a control unit. However, I like to do redundancy. And so, like, I'll take all my door control units and hook them up to these doors. And that way, if you don't have enough guards, if like one's not manned, the doors that are hooked to that one are still able to be opened by others. And the one last thing we'll do is I like to have these doors open at the same time, so you can actually connect them to each other. And when one opens, the other will open. So as you can see, they both open there. The other thing you need for security, and I kind of jumped ahead myself, I forgot to finish this off. For interrogating your informants, you need a desk, filing cabinet, and a chair. So I'll finish that off. We'll have more utilities because those lights didn't get hooked up. So we'll add some dog handlers. And we'll add some armed guards. Just a few. If you have too many of your prisoners, it'll upset your prisoners. So now we have all that, we can cover our patrols. And patrols allow you to place guards in certain areas. Same with deployment. We have deployment. We're going to mark these areas off as staff only, where we only want staff to go. This will prevent prisoners, unless they're trying to escape, this will prevent them from running amok in your prison, from going outside. We definitely don't want them going outside. They can get contraband thrown over the wall. So we'll mark that off as staff only. Now, you can place guards like this, where they're stationed. We're going to do 4 in our yard. But then you also can have patrols and select pathways that they're going to walk. So I like to do a guard per cell block, and I actually will go down and have them cover 2 guards, cover that one area. I like to place one in the canteen. And then we're actually going to have dog patrols. As I said earlier, we're going to do dog patrols here. And this will cover anything that's smelly, so to speak, from being brought out of these areas. So they'll catch the drugs being brought in through visitation or being stolen from the infirmary. And I'll cover that stuff. Or from the cleaning cupboard as well. We'll catch all that. That's just to get us started. We'll cover more advanced patrolling later. That'll get us started. And you'll see it all fill out. I was going to pause this. Guards will go and fulfill these patrol requirements. Actually, it's probably a good time to hire more guards now we're doing patrols. And like I usually do, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I usually do 25 per block. So we'll hire 25, and that'll help cover everything. And we'll cover everything we need, especially when we get into advanced patrolling and we make more efficient use of our guards. That'll cover all that. So, alright. That was it for this episode. We covered a few things on here, mainly to do with security. We also did our visitation rights and our staff well-being. The next episode, I plan to cover prisoner education, labor, rehab reform, and parole. So this is going to mainly be focusing on the stuff that's helping our prisoners get that reform, or that reoffending rate down, and helps them get paroled out and get released from our prison. And it's also the best way to make money. So we'll cover that in the next episode of the Prison Architect How To. I'm Jabber1008. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.